So this is a life-sized outline of my body, and I've used an old sheet to find something big enough, but this would work well on cardboard. And I've included a worksheet which is just on an A4 page, which has the outline of a body with the title My True Voice, and there's a few questions there to stimulate prompts for you about what characteristics, qualities, elements you feel are important to your authentic vocal expression. Also a few questions that relate to what you feel your voice allows you to do. So what I've focused on here are characteristics and qualities. So I've been quite intuitive with this, and I've decided not to restrict myself to just voice qualities or elements that define sound, but I've actually gone through the whole body and I've written things that I feel either that I have or that I would like to have, things that I feel are important for me to be able to express myself in the most powerful and authentic way. So I'm just going to go through these really quickly from the head down, just to give you a little bit of an idea. So the head, clear. So what I mean by that here is clear thinking, lucidity, relating to communication. There's different ways to interpret that. Moving down to the throat, I want that to feel and be and sound free and unrestricted. So some of these descriptors can be taken in regards to physiology, but if we actually look at the words and we think about the psychosomatic relationship that we have with our psychological frame of mind and the emotions, and how this is really, really tied and connected to our physiology, and that they influence and inform each other, these words can really be interpreted on several different levels. Also thinking about this balance and the holistic perspective, we can look at these qualities as relating to social and spiritual aspects too. So shoulders relaxed and soft, the arms supple and expressive, got on either hand, one receiving, one giving. So that's kind of talking about an energy and a communication with the body. Dexterous, flexible. The chest and the heart space open, flexible, smooth, resonant. Moving down, so flowing, aligned, warm, expansive, mobile. And I've marked this area as my power center, so that's really, for me personally, connecting to the womb space and the lower chakra, if you think about things in energy center terms in that way. But this is also a space that emanates, expands and extends up towards the solar plexus, or the lower dantian, it's also called within the Qigong and Tai Chi points of view. And we want that to feel energized, at ease. Moving down to the hips and the legs, thighs stable, resilient, strong, knees buoyant, legs grounded, supporting, balanced and nimble. So that's just my initial approach with this, coming to a first layer of description and identification with elements that I feel would support the most rich, expressive, powerful, authentic, fluid communication with my voice. So I will probably come to this with an additional layer, maybe using a different color. I might start to write down qualities or sounds that I associate with the different parts of the body, because we're looking at the voice again in this holistic way. So we're really thinking about the body as the instrument. And given that we are trying to marry together the physiological, emotional, psychological, social and spiritual elements, we can really invite our own conceptualizations about what body means to us. So we can begin to draw and to annotate outside of the muscular and the skeletal frame, and think about the energy body, and think about different layers, different dimensions, expanding outwards, and maybe beginning to draw or annotate characteristics then that start to actually interface with what we perceive to be the external world, and perhaps we see at that point that there are different ideas and phrases and terminology that we use that actually become interchangeable with how we refer to what we consider to be the external space and the internal space. So yeah, I just wanted to share this with you as an exercise to stimulate this kind of creative process and a way for you to dialogue with your internal voice. And the words and the descriptors that you use can relate to, you know, how you feel now, but also with a little bit of emphasis on perhaps things that you don't feel are quite fully formed yet, but things that you feel would empower the sound that you are striving for. Just with the acknowledgement that this process of searching for and connecting with our voice is very much changing on a day-to-day basis, and we're really journeying with ourselves as our self-awareness expands and grows, and our perspectives shift over time. But really this is the flavor or the intention behind this exercise. I would say let's place an emphasis on a positive visualization, rather than scribing on this this outline all the things that we feel are problematic or challenging. By actually writing down these things like strength and resilience and stability, we are already going to be aware the areas and places that we feel are not quite up to a level that we feel would be most beneficial to us. So at that point, it's almost giving us a a physical map and a vision board and something to be constructing and developing and working on and adding to over time, which is the beauty of this sheet. We can hang this up somewhere or pin it to the wall, and if we use different colours over time, perhaps we can see a progression, a development in this exploration. So what I'm going to do right now is grab the pen, and the date today is the 12th of July. So I'm going to write the date in this colour. So I'm going to come back to this over the next days and weeks and months, and who knows how long I'm going to keep this for, and it'll be really interesting to see how this evolves and where I feel I'm at on this journey of exploring the layers of what I feel to be my true voice. So I hope this was helpful for you.